happened right now here in BC, Canada, kung saan nga nangyayari last night at 8 p.m. na maraming namatay sa Fraser Street sa Vancouver, kung saan naganap ang second annual Lapu-Lapu Festival. So, the whole block of Fraser Street ay merong bumangga doon sa mga tao at that one what happened at 8 p.m. So, ito pala ang nangyari at pakinggan natin kasi itong news na ito kamakailan lang, hours ago lang. So, pakinggan natin ang news at meron pong eyewitness paano naganap yun at bakit nakapasok yung SUV. Pakinggan natin to. At by the way, in that festival, nagpe-perform rin si Apple the App. So, Apple the App performed hours before or just minutes before the incident. Tapos, on that day also, Saturday, here in BC, maraming mga politician na nag-guest, nagbigay ng mga speech nila kasi election time dito sa Canada. So, PM or a federal election. So, it will happen tomorrow, Monday. It's Sunday today, but most of the Canadians already voted advance voting, including me. So, maraming mga guests po, talaga malaking event po itong Lapu-Lapu Festival. At tapos maraming vendors. So, pakinggan muna natin ang interview ng councilor, tapos after that, yung eyewitness.
But again, I mean, this was an event that spanned probably 8 blocks running parallel to Fraser Street. So there was, where there were lots of protections in place. Certainly I could imagine that clearly there were opportunities for cars to get through the cordon. And once we have a sense of how that happened, I think we might be better positioned to analyze how we could do things differently for the future and make sure that nothing like this ever happens again. Mm-hmm. But for now, we're joining the ranks of other cities who have experienced these horrible sort of tragedies. I'm reminded of
by the way guys, yung hindi mga taga-Canada, itong Fraser Street is long street po ito. So, marami pong mga business dito, especially during summer na ganyan yung i-close nila yung street. Tapos maraming mga vendors dyan, mga truck, food truck. Tapos, during that day, kasi ito gabi na it's, I think this one already after 8 p.m. nung kinuna nila after the incident. So, the whole block po yan, lalo na pag Filipino Festival, puno po yan ng tao kasi so many Filipinos here in BC and very safe naman. This is the first time talaga na nangyari dito sa Canada or even in BC kasi BC is very peaceful compared to other places in Canada, especially Toronto at saka Edmonton. Mas safe po dito sa BC. So first time po talaga at ito 8 p.m. na, after 8 p.m. na to pero may araw pa, pero this is a very long street in Fraser Street in Vancouver. So, puno po yan ng tao during morning at saka afternoon. Buti na lang, this one happened at 8 p.m.
What happened in Nice, France, and what happened in Toronto, where vehicles are used as weapons. And that's a challenging thing to get around when we, do exist. We coexist as frail humans with, 3,000-pound metal objects that travel in the same space as us. And when somebody chooses to use that as a weapon, then we are even I think the most robust preparations wouldn't be able to thwart something like that. Mm-hmm. But for now, I think it's about, our thoughts are with the folks who were survived and were victimized tonight.
Yeah. Councillor Fry, we appreciate your time very much this evening. Thank you.
Thank you.
That is Vancouver Green Party City Councillor Pete Fry, and he was at the event earlier on today. If you're just joining us, I'm Stephen Quinn in the Vancouver newsroom, along with Michelle Elliott and Erica Johnson, and we're talking about the incident in Vancouver. Vancouver police say multiple people are dead after a person drove
As of last night, 9 na po yung namatay. Merong mga news na sabi 16, meron ring iba updated 20, but ang na-declare sa police is 9 as of last night. At tapos dozens of injured. Pero injured, I think more than 20 yata kasi the whole street yan yung sasakyan 100 km per hour yung speed niya. Ang ano po talaga, so fast.
Car through a street festival on the city's east side. We know that there are multiple injuries as well. I want to go right now to Chris Pongalinam, who is an eyewitness who was there when the incident occurred. Chris, how are you doing?
A bit shaken up. It's just something that you never thought you'd ever expect to see in your lifetime.
I can imagine. Can you tell us what you saw?
Yeah, so it was a beautiful, beautiful day celebrating the Filipino culture, and we flew in from Toronto to Vancouver just to celebrate it, and it was coming up.
Yeah, it's a big festival. Nandyan si Apple the App, maraming artist, maraming mga politician, malaki po talaga. It's a big festival. Tapos this is the second year, Lapu-Lapu Festival.
The end of it, Apple the App from Black Eyed Peas finishes concert. About 10 minutes later, crowds were starting to clear. And it was normal because it seemed like everyone was starting to tear down for the day. So what was normal about it was that they let a car in. They lifted the barrier and let a car in slowly. This car slowly started to pick up speed and then hit someone on his right side. And then by the time that we all noticed that he hit someone, we started yelling, and he slammed the pedal down on the gas and just rammed into hundreds of people. It was like...
Parang nataranta siguro siya, no? Kasi yung suspect, guys, sabi nila Chinese, maring iba Vietnamese. Kasi ito, kahit Filipino festival to, yung mga food truck dyan, iba-iba, hindi lang Filipino. So, siguro may ipipick up siya kasi pinapasok na kinuha na yung barrier. So baka mapipick up na siya, baka may family siya dyan na vendor, ganyan. So sabi nila hindi daw to Filipino, either Chinese or Vietnamese. Siguro may food truck dyan or may kakilala na nandyan. Pero gabi na so baka may kakilala siya na nagtitinda dyan, mga food truck. So baka nataranta, guys, no?
Seeing a bowling ball hit all the bowling pins and all the pins go flying up in the air. There were bodies that were just flying up, and you just see them twisted in so many different ways, and it just kept going and going and going. People were screaming and trying to run away, and after...
At 8 o'clock p.m. So meaning marami pang tao. How much more kung morning or afternoon? So gabi to, guys, 8 p.m. Marami pang tao, especially Vancouver, maraming tao yan. So, pinapasok na pala sila kasi gabi na. So, yung iba nagpipick up na ng mga tao dyan. At tapos yung iba nagpipick up kasi vendor yung family nila.
So moments after, there were bodies on the floor. Non-responsive. People were trying to drag and help people up, and some people were just died on impact.
And what were you doing at this point?
So at this point, I was kind of shocked. I didn't know what to do. As someone who worked in news for over 10 years, you see all these videos and you're kind of numb to it, but seeing it in person is kind of shocking, and you just don't know what to do. And I had a lot of my product out. Luckily, I packed up most of it before that happened, but I ended up just closing down my shop. It was time to go. There was no point of sticking around. It was, let's just pack it up and head out, because this is just not a situation that I want to continue to be in.
And when you say that police had lifted the barrier, tell me about that. They lifted the barrier to...
So it wasn't police who lifted the barrier. It looked like it was volunteers that lifted the barrier.
Okay.
Seemingly like it was just enough.
Vancouver is very peaceful. Maraming tao, pero peaceful. Hindi po katulad ng Pilipinas na maraming mga security, maraming police, although meron, but not that much kasi peaceful po ang BC.
Their car coming in to pick up their belongings from their own vendor booth. So, it was very normal. It happened throughout the day. Cars were coming in very slowly and slowly making their way through the crowd. It was usually guided, and then they're brought into a parking lot to get their stuff or drop off their stuff.
Did you see how many people did you see actually injured? Can you recall?
Countless. It was. You cannot. It looked like we were in a war zone. It literally looked like there were a zombie apocalypse in some sort. It was just everyone was on the ground.
I'm so sorry that you had to witness that. Did you see what happened after? Did you see the car come to a stop at any point?
It was so far past where I was that I didn't see the car come to a stop. It was so far. It got so far.
And Chris, you said you packed up and got out of there. Did you see how long it took first responders to get there?
First responders were there in minutes, within like 2 minutes. The thing I did see that there was some private security there that ended up just standing there and looking and not even moving. I saw one security guard, probably a private security guard, standing there with his vest, just looking and didn't know what to do. He just stood there. And instead of helping, they just looked around. But police came immediately. It was within 2 minutes. And there was fire trucks and ambulances all around. And yeah.
Chris, I'm trying to think about what you do now. I mean, do you know whether anyone you know was injured in this?
Well, I don't know if there's anyone that I know that has been injured. I do know we had a lot of customers that came by today.
Yung kaibigan ko guys, nasa Victoria ako, wala ako sa Vancouver. So yung kaibigan ko, nagtatanong kasi pumunta ng Vancouver, Cambodian siya, nagtatanong kung saan, anong street. Sabi ko, ewan ko saang street. Yan, Saturday morning. So, hindi ko pa alam na nasa Fraser Street pa lang. Alam ko lang nasa Vancouver. Tapos, akala ko pumunta. Buti na lang. Nakita ko nag-live sa Facebook. Nagkaraoke kasama ng mga Cambodian friend niya. Tapos, meron rin akong kaibigan sa Burnaby na gusto ring gumala pag may mga ganyan. Pero, buti na lang kasi bago pa tong festival na to, second year pa, hindi siya nakapunta kasi hindi niya alam na merong Lapu-Lapu Festival. So, thankful rin ako, naiyak po talaga ako kasi at least wala po akong mga kakilala na pumunta, double emotion po tayo pag may mga kakilala tayo. Tapos ako rin, I'm thankful na hindi ako nakapunta kasi ako talaga pag may mga festival, pupunta po ako. Even though I'm here in Victoria, pero pag malaking Filipino festival, pupunta po talaga ako. Buti na lang kasi birthday ng anak ko ngayon, I have to be here Saturday kasi nga magpe-prepare ng food for family affair, dinner, ganyan. So, sorry for the family na nawala ng pamilya, mga loved ones nila at yung mga injured po. My condolences to the whole family na naapektuhan nito.
And we spoke to them and had a great time, and everyone was really happy. So we're really hoping that any Calamansi Collective customers are safe. We want to make sure that all our community members were okay. This has affected a lot of us, and we honestly hope that no one that we interacted with was injured.
Chris, thank you so much for taking the time. Oh, I'm sorry. My colleague Erica would like to ask you a question.
Yeah, sorry to jump in. It's Erica Johnson. Chris, just wondering, you were describing sort of throughout the day, people would move the barriers and let a car in and then close it back up again. And for this car, so when they remove the barrier, can you describe, the motions of the vehicle? Did it suddenly speed up? I mean, I sort of picture...
So it's slow. So the barrier moved. It slowly made its way through, just like any other vehicle that was going there.
Okay.
And then started to pick up. Maybe I would say 15, 20 meters away from the barrier area, started to pick up there, sideswiped the gentleman on the right, and then just slammed on the gas and sped. The sound was, it's something that I never want to hear again in my life.
Nataranta nga siya, guys. Nataranta siya. So, nakahit siya ng isang guy sa right side. He started to pick up someone or yung nga, mga vendor doon, no? Mga kilala niya. Tapos, nakahit siya. Tapos, speed up. So, nataranta siya.
And when you say move the barriers, Chris, can you describe what the barriers were?
Yeah, so they're just wooden barriers. They're not concrete. I honestly believe that if there was concrete barriers there wouldn't have been this incident, or at least like garbage trucks or buses. In Toronto, whenever there are big festivals like this, there are concrete barriers. There are buses that block it. There are trucks. None of that was there. It was a wooden barrier that is just kind of like a police
Yeah, no need sa BC kasi very, ano naman tayo dito sa BC, peaceful. Peaceful. First time ko to.
police barrier that was moved there.
And Chris, it's Michelle Elliott here, and I met you for the first time today at your booth.
Yeah.
And I want to ask you more about how you're feeling, but also, having been being part of this festival.
Filipino siguro to, no? Kasi ganyan siguro, yeah. Mixed Filipino blood.
Was there any indication that there were any security concerns leading up to today? Was there any extra advice or any wording at all from organizers or from other officials about any security concerns?
There was no concerns. I think this was just supposed to be a normal, everyday market for us. Lapu Lapu Day, we attended last year and we came again this year because it was such a great response from our community. We believe that Vancouver was safe. Coming from Toronto, Vancouver seems more safe than Toronto. But then you see this happen and you're just like, well, that doesn't seem like it's normal. And so in regards to the organizers, Filipino BC has done an incredible job putting this together, and there's no one to blame for this in regards to them. They have straight up done everything that they could to make everyone feel safe, make every vendor feel at home, and make everyone happy with the results of this market. But unfortunately, something like this, an incident like this has happened, and there's no one really to blame on their end because they did their best they can. Again, like I said, there could have been better solutions to this, whether it's concrete barriers around the roads or trucks or buses. But again, they did the best that they can with what they have available to them, and they are a community organization. So there is financial restraints there. So they did the best they can.
And it was lovely to meet you, despite the outcome of this event. But you have. You sell Filipino wear T-shirts, and I recall the last thing you said to me as I was walking away, and I said bye, and what a great thing you're doing, and you said we have to uplift others in our community.
Yeah, so that's one thing that we really pride ourselves with at Calamansi Collective is that we love bringing the community together. Yesterday we hosted an event where we had a panel discuss crab mentality in our community and how we can overcome that and how we can support each other. This is really it. This is why we come out here. I said this to some people yesterday. Filipinos in Vancouver are hiding in plain sight. All you need is a flashlight.
Ay, Filipinos here, dito po sa Canada, especially dito sa BC, we're very hardworking, we're very generous. Known po kami na very hardworking. Ako lang yata ang hindi hardworking. Usually po dito, dalawa ang work. Ako isa lang, hindi kaya ang dalawa. Tapos, we are very, yung personality natin, is always smiling, mga ganyan, friendly. Mahilig daw kami ditong mga Pilipino ng pagkain, mga ganyan. So, yan po, known po ang mga Filipino dito na friendly at saka peace-loving.
Today, at Lapu Lapu Day, it was the flashlight for us to be seen, for us to gather together and be together and show unity within our Filipino community.
And to think that this is now, what impact do you think this may have on this kind of event, specifically this event that has been so successful?
Yeah, I know. This is just their second year. Last year it was raining, and this year everything was.
Maraming artist, guys. Nandyan si Apple the App, malaki po talaga. Tapos, nandyan yung mga politisyan, nagsispeech sila, may stage, malaki ang stage, may mga banda, maraming mga food truck, maraming mga vendors, malaki po siya. Isa sa pinakamalaking festival dito sa Canada, especially sa BC.
Aligned. All the weather was perfect. The crowds were perfect. They even expanded the size of the the festival, and hopefully that there's going to be another Lapu Lapu festival. This is not the end of it. This is just one incident, that a very unfortunate incident that happened, but we believe that Filipino BC and Lapu Lapu Day Festival will continue to unite the community and bring us together despite this very sad event. And we're going to continue to go. We're going to continue to be here. We're going to continue
Yes. Let's do that every year.
to support this community as much as we can.
Chris, maraming salamat.
Walang anuman.
Take care.
Chris, thank you. It's Stephen Quinn again. Thank you so much for taking the time with us, and please be well.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. That is Chris Pongalinam. He was an eyewitness who was there at the scene of the Lapu Lapu Day Festival when the car was, as he said, let in and sped down the street and began striking pedestrians who were on the closed street. I'm Stephen Quinn in the CBC Vancouver newsroom, along with Michelle Elliott and Erica Johnson. We're bringing
So guys, yun ang sabi nila na actually right now very emotional po ang BC community, mga Filipino dito at ibang lahi kasi nga hindi naman ito nangyayari noon, first time yata, tapos very emotional po kami talaga sa nangyari at sana po let's just pray for those who are gone at tapos our condolences to the family, and I hope yung mga na-injured maka-recover, and I'm so thankful na hindi ako nakapunta, tapos my family and friends hindi rin nakapunta. So ang update guys, merong nag-update sa news daw yung nakabangga may problema rin daw mentally. So how come nakadrive siya? Bakit nakadrive siya, 'di ba? Bakit may license siya kung may license, 'di ba? So, yun na guys, at as of now 9 pa since last night 9 ang namatay, wala pang bagong update o hindi rin nila ni-release kung ano ang race nung suspect na lalaki. Sabi nila 20 years old, so ang bata-bata pa po talaga yung mukha niya. So tignan mo sa ibang video ko, nandun yung video na nandun yung mukha niya at na-aresto nga siya. So still very young, sabi ng iba 20, sabi ng iba 30, but I think still 20, still very young. So sabi nila Chinese or Vietnamese, wala pa po kami update. But anyways, my condolences to the family, and please take care and ingat po kayo mga kababayan. Thank you, bye-bye.